Welcome to part one of our Oregon State playbook breakdown. This playbook is very deep. I broke it into two parts so we wouldn't have one really long video. Really want to make sure that we touch on the five main formations in this playbook that people have been requesting me to do it on. So here in part one, we're going to work on the foundation with the Y off trio close and the Y off trips nasty. Two very good formations you really want to build out from this playbook. And then in part two and tomorrow, we're going to dive into the trips tight and offset, bunch ace strong offset, and the bunch strong nasty. And that's really going to show the well-roundedness of this playbook and what makes it so exciting to get into and use. And that'll be in part two, so I will show you the most effective ways to capitalize on those formations as well, so everything can be blended together. Without further ado, let's jump into this video and break down this Oregon State playbook. If you guys are enjoying content like these playbook breakdowns, formations, deep dives, and gameplay tips, make sure you sub. This challenge is just heating up, but we're going to be dropping content all year long for NCAA 26, and you're not going to want to miss an upload. All right, let's jump right into this Y-off trio. Close here for our first formation. And real quick, as we start, right, the important thing you know about each of these formations and how to properly scheme these is not about running one play or two plays. It is setting up stuff that will complement each other. So obviously you have different pass plays that you want to use, but also setting up the inside zones, motion inside zone, 0-1 trap, counter, outside zone. Given these diversified looks of these different runs is really going to help set up the pass, and so the opponent will never know what's coming because you're willing to not only pass, but run out of each formation. So with that being said, let's jump into smash return. All right, so the only adjustment I like to put is RB on a streak and table or flat route, the Y route. RB is really just going to stretch the defense deep. Maybe if they're playing in a rotating cover three and that safety is dropping down, will we bullet pass RB? Aside from that, take what the defense gives you. I'm going to take underneath or make them respect underneath until they show me they can stop it. So A on the drag, Y on the flat route. Those are going to be kind of our first progression reads. And then B on this return route is very, very good. RB stretching it out. And between the drag and the flat, RB is going to get wide open. They left the flat route wide open to running back. We're going to take it, grab our yards. All right, going back out here, running this again. RB on a streak, Y on a flat. See what the defense is going to give you. Here is this nice little return route as the flat route from the running back really pulled that defender outside to open up the return route. So you show we've hit both the drag, we've hit the table, and we've hit the return. Now it's just seeing, okay, is there any space here for X? A little bit later developing, he gets open as we get hit. Well, yeah, you run, you take your reads, take the drag here for 4 to 5 yards. And that's all it is, just making the defense respect these underneath routes. And if you throw this flat route quick enough, the B route actually will become a upfield blocker for you, which could be nice. So set up 2 out of this. This is the most adjustments I like making out of a play. Usually I don't like anything making more 1 or 2 adjustments. But we're going to put X here on a speed out, streak A, and then we are going to post RB. And again, the solo side receiver, if there's a corner playing more than 5 yards back and not outside, then we will throw to X almost every time. Here he's got 2 help defenders, so it's still possible if one of them blitzes. And then you have this post that's going to come behind A. You still have the delayed return route. So we're just going to make our progressions here. X was able to get there, nice little spot there. I threw it down and behind him. Ideally, like I said, you don't want to throw if there's 2 people over there. But I saw because the way they backed off that it was going to be an easy completion here. So now, again, move my eyes over. They play some man coverage. We hit the return route back here for a couple yards. Return route is just really, really good. It's really hard for them to get leverage to stop it unless they're using it or do some kind of crossband. And then here we're going to run this one more time. Everything's kind of open. BY. They kind of gave us everything underneath. All right, the very last look here of smash return. And I'm just going to show you, I put RB here on a deep crosser instead of the post. He gets really good separation from the corners, but then he also gets into soft spots in the zone here. And there's one spot, I threw it to him a little bit earlier. I just thought he was going to be open, so I threw it. again, it's really about timing. If you see guys that are going to be open earlier, hit them in the open windows. Don't wait for them to get super deep down the field. That is how you're going to run this smash return. Very, very good play with those two setups. Flood, let's jump into flood real quick. Then this is very, very simple. Um, if you want to keep RB on this corner, that's fine. I like streak him just to create a stretch route down the field, especially if X is going to get open. I'm actually going to put X here on um, this post and stem him down once. So that way, if that deep safety on the right goes back, X should be able to come underneath. But your routes here are going to be really simple. B on the speed out route if that outside corner drops it back. If not, you have the return route from the tight end, and then you have this post. So take a look here. Outside corner played the outside speed out route a little bit, so we took the underneath zig. Again, just put X here on a post, stem him down once. There's return route the speed out route. We didn't pass lead that out. If you feel safer doing that, leading it to the sideline so the guy doesn't make a credible play, absolutely do that. So you see how these two routes get open underneath here. And then there's a little quick spot for this tight post route here. All right, taking another look at it here. I haven't actually touched on this, but if you have a mobile quarterback, use the mobility of your quarterback. Get outside the pocket and create another option with his feet. But you see, that's the post route deeper down the field that I was talking about hitting. So that's how you're really going to incorporate flood. You don't need a lot of setups. Flood is always one of the better concepts in the game. One other thing here, again, we talked about it earlier. 0-1 trap, great run. Counter Y, outside zone, inside zone. Make sure you guys are mixing these up to maximize the effectiveness of your passing. So last play we're going to take a look at here is motion mesh rail. You can streak X and RB if you guys want to create more deeper stretching vertical routes. But I actually like keeping the mesh concept in here with A and X on the rub routes. And then you're going to have this post in the middle. You're going to have a snap throw to your running back. And then, of course, you have the man in motion here on his wheel. So this wheel is really going to mesh up different zones and take people out of the play. So, again, right now, everything is a gimmick. You guys want that motion there, so they'll follow it, mess up the zones, take our underneath routes. You saw we took the drag here, A. Now we're going to hit X coming across. All right, so we've shown how the drags are incorporated. Now let's see how we can get these other ones involved. What your reads are going to be. Cover 3, look, the post may have an opportunity right here. Hit him a nice little window. I knew that the safety or the corner because he was backpedaling. The last thing here is you have the motion wheel route and you have the wheel route. If the running back's not on a quick snap, I don't I like throwing that to him right there. But to me, the wheel routes are better if they're in man or they get caught in some kind of match coverage. That's when those are going to be at their best. So I preferably, if I'm not snapped on the running back or if I see a man alignment with B here, I'm just taking my underneath routes because those other routes super deeper down the field, and sometimes unless it's a clear mismatch right away, block sheds happen and then they're not open. So that's gonna be motion mesh rail. Again, mix up motion inside zone with that. Y off trips nasty. One of my favorite formations from last year. RPO read Y flat, one of the best read Y flats in the game. P double post, dagger whip. Got your runs, you got your inside zone, your counters. But let's jump into this dagger whip. Again, there is two ways you can run this with X. You can either put him on a speed out, or you can put him on a zig route. Either one, that's kind of more of a preference thing. And B, I will put on a comeback route. So that is how I'm choosing to run these. And again, you kind of look, zig's open, take him for a couple yards. If we want to put him on the speed out route, again, if we have that leverage to the left, go the speed out route to the sideline. Either one, mix them up. They're both great. They get open really quickly. And then here on the right side of the field is you have the deeper zig route to the outside from RB, and then you have the comeback from B. So really, I'm watching the slot corner over RB. If I see him kind of shuffle inside, then I will look at B on the comeback route. Comeback routes are amazing. You want to throw them at the top of their break. So I'm going to give you a couple looks here and just kind of show you. Notice that slot corner, he really just went outside right away, so I knew that the zig was going to be open. See if we can get one here now where he kind of plays underneath. There you go, shuffles inside, top of the break. And I'm not quite sure what happened that the guy dropped it there. Let's see if we can run that one more time. You see, we're going against a superstar corner, and it doesn't matter. He still gets open. There we go. Hold on to the ball, sir. But that is just going to be a simple 2 setup from this particular play. And then we are going to move on to the next one here. All right, so in PA double post, again, anytime you want to put a guy on a speed out route or a zig, you can just because of the alignment. That's what makes this so good. But I am going to keep him on a drag. You have RB on his post, and then I'm going to put B on his comeback. So if I see any kind of one-on-one look, I have my comeback. If I see any kind of zone look, I'm just reading between the drag and the post and the tight end. So super simple here. See the drag coming across wide open. As again, we dropped the ball there, but then you had the post actually come wide open as well. There we go, got the drag. So again, here we got our little setup. Cancel the play action. Drags wide open. Take your free yards if they're not going to play underneath. All right, so we have our setup here again. Here is the post. If they bring a man blitz, the post is really going to get open. Certain zones, you'll see they're going to have to choose between the drag, the tight end, or the post. But yeah, the post is in a cooked man. That is the look right there. We barely got that off. And the final look here. See what they're going to give you. If they give you this outside look, again, we will hit this comeback all day. Took a little bit longer. I thought we might get sacked there, so it was late on throwing the ball. But hit him on the top of his release. You're going to be fine. Superstar corners are not taking this away. Setup 2 here for PA double post. Again, now we're going to put this X on a speed out route. I'm actually going to drag A. And then I'm going to actually flat route B. So now all 5 routes are out on the field. And you're just going to see if we get outside leverage here. So this just makes it really easy to tell actually. So everything's literally flowing from right to left. Now we'll see here. They give us our underneath, take our flat route, grab our few yards here. And then the last thing you have is you have your tight end and you have RB here on their drag post look so you can just kind of see what they're going to take away. Here's the post coming behind if they come down on the drag. And again, if the drag's open, you're going to sit there and take it. So that's PA double post setup 2. Now let's jump into the read Y flat. The read Y flat to me is to maximize the potential of this play is you want to use it on the goal line or maybe 4th and short, 3rd and short on pivotal possessions. And it's just super simple. If the pitch icon is lined up inside, I'm really never worried about him getting out there. And it becomes a snap throw. The read icon can't play the pass unless they're using it, so you don't have to worry about that. 3 deep here. We're just going to run the ball real quick. But you also got to remember you have this read pass option, so you don't have to pass the Y. You can hand it off to your running back and or run with your quarterback. So here, look, everybody crashes down. Throw it to your tight end every time. All right, last time we're going to run this. Now, I've shown you guys how to read the Y icon. If the defense is going to come down and try to kill your running back, keep it with your quarterback. What happens if people suspect this RPO read flat, they're going to go right out there trying to defend the Y route. Then it's just a matter of you guys picking on the D end and making the correct read. And if you do and you have a fast quarterback, it can lead to big plays or one play touchdowns. So again, situational play, I prefer it for 3rd and short, 4th and short on the goal line. That's going to wrap up part 1 of this Oregon State playbook breakdown. The one thing I didn't stress enough in the beginning part of the video, make sure you guys are incorporating the runs. They're going to tie in, and they're really going to make the mix-up of your passing that more efficient in all these schemes. Also, part 2, bunch A strong offset, bunch strong nasty, drops tomorrow. It really completes this playbook. It does a lot of good things, and it's really tough. It really completes this playbook, and what makes you want to choose this to run your scheme. So if you guys feel like this breakdown helped you and you're enjoying the videos in this playbook series,
Smash the like button, drop a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see next, formation or playbook breakdown, and we're going to try and get that up. This is Louisianimal. I'll see you guys in the next one.